good night, and welcome back to another episode of Island Fans. This is the episode where we crown. Yes, more. We've seen the picture. We've seen the picture. I think I could put it up as well. More, we've seen the picture, so you can come back on the camera now. You don't need to come out of the camera so that we can see your picture. We can see your picture. You are a three-time champion. Congratulations to Manchester City. As much as it pains me, they have won three consecutive Premier Leagues in a row. Let me get some housekeeping matters done. All right, I'm a happy Premier League man today, boy seller. Yeah, Jelly was in the comments before the show started. The man said I'll be here no matter what. We here too. We here too. He said big up yourself, Moy. I say matter of fact, put Moy to the top. Put Moy to the top. Yeah man, Moy to the top. That's our housekeeping matters. That is that. The weekend is what it is. It's gone. Manchester City champions, Moy. You've won the past 3 years. You've been a very successful club. Um, in recent times. Does this one feel any different? Does this one feel better? Do you shrug it off? You used to winning or what? Talk to me through the feeling. I mean, like basically you can solve the season because season done really.
Um, I'm going to be totally honest with you all. I'm always happy, when City win the title. But, it felt just a tad different because, the past few years City have won the title. It has been City going out to play and then having to win the game, especially going down to crunch time. And then it just so happened, Arsenal played on Saturday and lost to Nottingham. So, the little celebration kicked in on the Saturday. And, you just had to continue. Other than that, you just want the trophy lift on Sunday. But I mean, all in all, it was good, good to see that all the players got game on Sunday. They managed to come out and they managed to get the win. So the moment was good also. So yeah, all in all, to sum up the season, it was a shaky start from us at first. We started to dig through, a couple losses here and there, especially when, it was time to look like we was capitalized, especially on, we're looking at Brentford, we're looking at Nottingham game, and it was just a turnaround point in the season, it was a big thing, especially when we saw when Cancelo was moving out of the club in January to go on loan, and we
Uh,
thought, that could be pivotal stuff, where our other creative thing is going to come from, especially since he was a creative player from fullback. But I mean, Pep dug into it. He made some changes, bringing his new fullbacks coming, and a different thing. Johnstone stepping in, being a vital role. Ake steps in. I mean, huge praise to Akanji. Once again, I have to give praises on Rodri because I always think he's probably one of my most important players in City. De Bruyne doing his thing. Haaland came in, hitting a good first season. Yeah, all in all, thanks to say thanks to Arsenal for helping me to get there. Doing some of the points over and over, dropping points. Help it easier for me. So I give them thanks and give them credit for that too. But yes, to continue to dive it out for the win. Yeah, we're Premier League champions again, 3 times in a row.
all right. Jaleel continues. By the way, guys, on Saturday when the full time whistle went on the Arsenal game, checked my phone. I realized I was added to this group. I didn't know that this group was dedicated primarily. I didn't know that this group was going to be dedicated primarily to Arsenal Troll. The group only has in 4 persons: myself, Joe, O'Neill, and Jaleel. No, and five now because Jonah is in it, and all them man doing the group. I send every meme them see, everything that's banter related to Arsenal is in that group. Just that. Just that. So man to say, oh, it's gonna be long, and we gonna take it. Jelly says Liverpool both title chart was better than the shit I see Arsenal do this year. West Ham, Nottingham, Southampton, Everton. This City team not even the best one since 17, 18, 18, 19, and 21, 22. All right. So that's Jelly's take on it. He's saying that this is not even the best City team and we still couldn't win it in that year. It is what it is. City, you know what defined the season for me when City came back from the international break and they dealt with Liverpool, how they dealt with Liverpool. I was like, yo, what's going on here? And they just continued that trend and continued. And they went when City, and we at the start we were matching there, we were matching it. And then it came down to that Southampton game for me. I mean, I paired the two of them together. That West Ham, that Southampton game, like, yo, that's we from we drop points there, I felt like the handwriting was on the wall. I felt like the handwriting was on the wall there. So congratulations, Manchester City, you did your thing. And hey, kudos to you. I know you have two more pivotal finals to play. You have 3 more games this season. 3 more games? No, you still have four, ain't it? So I think you have one in the you have 2 more in the Premier
Yeah,
League,
two
right?
Premier League, one FA.
Premier League, one FA Cup
Yeah,
final versus Manchester United, and the Champions League final. The one I really think y'all want the most versus Inter. Them smell like blood. They say Jelly say we soft. It turns out to look that way too, Jelly. Like we were really soft coming on to the back stretch, and it's the second year in a row. Me last year we definitely battled top four, and seems like this year we did the same thing to the title race. So it's things that we have to work on. We did make improvements this year. So you can go again from there. Let's go to the weekend's results. Let's okay, the man says here he comes at you more. He say, anyways, more, you're dead in that ETH master class. All right, that's what he says, 10 have master class. Let's run to the
they finally get themselves and start talk about that game now.
yeah, I you know I like a talking them alone. I mean, I know he don't even believe that he's gonna win the game. So nah, about he just want something to say. Um, Brentford versus Tottenham. What I thought, I think Sella was the only one who went with a Brentford win on the weekend here. So Brentford won 3-1 versus Tottenham. Of course, you know the lone goal came from Harry Kane. It's
No.
a good.
No
Well,
shot, that them beauty. Shot,
is
that
that a
free
free
them
kick or
beauty.
is it a shot on goal?
A free kick. A free
I
kick,
mean,
that
you're
Mm,
them
going to
beauty
say
shot.
I
you're
think
going
it
to
was a
say it's
more dead ball for me.
Yo, shot. Yo, the man bang that a hard shot. When I say the man bang
Yeah,
that a hard
it
shot.
was a good goal.
The keeper over there until couldn't save that.
Yeah, it
You
was a
hear me
good
tell you,
goal.
that them
And
beauty.
yet, that's the thing with Harry Kane. You know, it doesn't matter what Tottenham is going through. He's gonna find a way to score. He's gonna find a way to score. No matter what. No matter what. So they lost, and that puts them. Let me just load up the standings real quick there, fellas. It's taking a minute.
That put that put them no European football at all, at all, at all.
No European
it's not
football at all.
it's
Tottenham.
not over yet. It's not
Yeah, that's what I was
over.
thinking. Okay, they're currently eighth. Oh, Aston Villa. If Aston Villa wins on the last day, they secure that seventh spot. Aston Villa win on that last day. Um, that's how they be out. But Brighton has secured it though. Brighton has secured it. Brighton gonna finish sixth. There's no way. There's no way. Aston Villa scores 16 goals on the last day. So Brighton is in six. I think that sixth spot is locked up
That
there.
don't
So
secure,
we
man. Brighton don't
so we're
secure.
still looking at Liverpool in fifth with 66. Um, oh boy, it look like Man United get that spot, you know. Because Man United have 2 games, and the most Liverpool can go is 69. Man has to lose 2 games. So that's Man United's spot there. And of course, Newcastle secured it today. I feel like the proud of Newcastle. I know how y'all feel. I know they don't
The
have
man
bag
do a
of money
good
to
job, man.
spend
Them
last
both
year.
do a good job, man.
What I mean, I feel so too. I feel like when the whistle blew after, it was like, yo, I'm proud of them. But they're on 70 points, and what a season they have put together. What a season they have put together. So they're on 70 points. I mean, Man United can pass them, but it still would mean that they still would be in the Champions League. Jelly says big up Newcastle. He said anyways, sharp. Remember them man said in the one Neymar reported that we might get him on loan. I did see that link. That he might go that Manchester United are in talks with Neymar. St. James Park gonna be jumping for CL Knights. I want to see it so badly, Jalil. I'm not lie. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to in the new season. But of course, the Arsenal too. They're back in the big time. They're back in the big leagues. We're gonna have Champions League nights on the carpet. Let's move on to the other game. Wolves and Everton drew 1-1. Let's look at the bottom now, guys. Of course, Nottingham Forest by defeating Arsenal are now safe in the Premier League next year. We're not gonna talk about
Arsenal,
that too much yet.
Arsenal give you a
Uh,
championship and save a team from relegation on the same day.
and we're wrong with that. We're
What
wrong
I
with
mean,
that.
what's wrong with that?
We're wrong with that.
What I mean?
It never happened before. How is it an embarrassment?
Yes,
How is it
save a team
embarrassing?
from relegation and give you the trophy the same day.
The trophy was given. The trophy was gone already.
Trophy can't go on already. If Arsenal win that game, day, the
Uh-huh.
still have games to play.
So okay, so they're
Still
gonna
have games
lose.
to play.
Okay,
You
so
don't
they're
know
gonna
the
lose.
outcome would be. You don't know the
Okay,
outcome would
Cello.
be.
All right,
You
Cello.
don't
Now
know
you
the
no.
outcome could be.
Okay, Cello. Now you're talking a bit crazy there for me.
He thought Chelsea was probably going to beat City again.
Right, but then when
No,
they
me,
beat
no,
City,
more. Me not say that more. But I'm just saying.
but
I
that's
know
what you're
the outcome
saying,
would be.
Cello. That's what you're saying, Cello.
I know the outcome would be.
All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So Leeds on 31, Leicester on 31, Everton on 33. For me personally, Leicester and Leeds gone. Yo, who does thing have on the last day? I think I still have the picture here. Let me see if I find it. Yeah, I do. Leeds have Tottenham. Leeds can win that game. Leicester have West Ham. Leicester could win that game. And Everton have Bournemouth. Yo, those are all three winnable games for everyone there. I feel like maybe Leeds have the toughest game there on paper.
Well, the way Tottenham play right now, no. That unless let me see the hardest game which in the West Ham no. Cause the man
West
can go
Ham, West
turn
Ham,
over.
West.
The man can go turn over Tottenham no. Cause
Yeah,
Tottenham are playing football. No.
yeah. I think so too. That's what
So
I'm
if I have to step on
thinking.
paper, you know I have to say Tottenham Leeds are the harder game which is Tottenham.
It looks that way, but Leicester versus West Ham not gonna be easy. I mean, Leicester could have grabbed a 3 points at the end of the game today. I don't know if you all watched the game, but they could have grabbed a 3 points there at the end of the game today versus Newcastle, which would have thrown a huge monkey wrench in this whole relegation fight down there. So we're gonna watch that rebated, but we're not gonna get too much into it because we have to do it on Thursday. Let me get to the comments. I have a couple of them. Man U vehemently denied the claim of Neymar's interest. All right. Back in the UCL after 8+ years. Welcome, Arsenal. Newcastle making a big signing this year. I have a sneaky suspicion. We're going to wake up in morning time like, yo, Newcastle do that? Straight. That's how I feel. The man says, hello, talk your shit. Lose the mentality. At least make City win them for themselves. I think that's what he's trying to say there. Okay, Leicester won't beat West Ham on the last game. All right. Okay, so we're gonna watch that with bated breath. Let's just get back to the other results. Liverpool, they also drew on the weekend 1-1 with Aston Villa. Fans, just touch me if you need to stop me if you need to touch on anything for the games. Man United, they won 1-0.
Wait,
Casemiro.
wait. That
Mhm.
me see them when I watch the game, but me see them disallowed and goal that got to score. For what
Yeah.
reason?
Yeah, I was watching the game, but I didn't see why they did it either. And I haven't, to be honest, I haven't heard any reports from it. I can't, it's probably my fault because I really shut down football for the weekend.
I think it was some play in behind. I think it was Van Dijk or somebody else was going for the ball, and they were kind of saying that he was involved in the play too. That's why they called
Mm.
it out.
But the
But
thing is,
big up
more,
Bobby Firmino.
Yo,
this is
it
the
has
thing.
to be him now. This guy
This is
annoying
the
me.
thing,
See?
right, more. You remember the game against Manu when the man is going to go against you, right?
Right.
If them say a man will interfere with the play, so that's why you disallow the goal. This is simply mean the goal the man you score against Man City supposed to be disallowed. Because this is a similar situation. If you understand what I say.
Nah, I
Yo,
mean, so we understand what you're saying, but like, this is something that I feel like they have to sit down at the end of the season, but before the new season starts, and iron out these things because it can't be. We can't have the inconsistencies at least so glaring. In the new upcoming season, we're supposed to be getting better, aren't we? That's how I
True.
see it. Um, Man United, Casemiro have a little nice little overhead kick there. Casemiro, he had 1-0. He got the game winner in that game. Fulham versus Crystal Palace, that was a 2-2 draw. If I can remember correctly, I think Ward had a late goal to deny Fulham all 3 points there. And Nottingham versus Arsenal. I know Cello has some things to say on this game. Nottingham defeated Arsenal 1-0. Over to you, Marcel.
first question to you, right? For Arthur to try and
Question,
game.
question to me.
Yeah, to you. Personally
I
to you.
I didn't feel like he did anything wrong. Team select,
What
the
means
team
shot?
selection
Come
didn't
on,
bother
man,
me.
shot. Shot.
Team selection
Listen,
didn't bother me.
whole season. Ben
You
White
know,
to play
one
right
thing,
back.
you know,
Listen to me.
I'm really
No,
want to
man.
talk, but you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite, buds.
How? How? Tell me.
Because me here, me can go back and find the show now. What make Arteta me in a previous show, me hear you say, what make Arteta never put party right back? What make Arteta never put party right back and play Jorginho? The man don't know, I know you're best with it.
Yeah. Pull up that clip they give me, please. If you
I'm
want to
gonna
bring it
look
up.
through a man.
Wait there. When Arsenal was going to play, I remember y'all was changing up lineups, and y'all was
Can't
talking
remember who the
about
blood.
back and so. It's some evidence in the group too.
What the
I'm gonna look
evidence
through
with?
a man because he believe me a liar.
Listen to me.
Go ahead,
Okay.
blood.
Listen to me. You play Ben White right back whole season. Yeah. You play Ben White right back whole season. Then suddenly games where supposed to put you play centre back, put you play centre back. Yeah. You bring in Kivio. Kivio have a couple good game, and then the game against Brighton, I don't know he try what he boost come out, he try tie boost the man and score. You switch your left back, you have left back and natural left back. And put the natural left back on the bench. Put your net centre back for play left back and put your midfielder for play right back. Does it make sense? What kind of sense does it make? Chuck, me wonder what kind of sense does it make? Even I do them before. Want you to decide to do them now.
All right. So
But
I
that
mean,
make no sense, but
I'm not I'm not I'm
no
not in
sense
Arteta's
whatsoever.
I'm not in Arteta's head, but it's clear for me watching the game what he was doing. Zinchenko used to invert on the left side. We didn't have that option. We play a particular way when we have our right backs or one of our wing backs inverted. Party doing that, it would be natural for him, just like how it's natural for Zinchenko to operate in the middle of the park. You don't do it on one side, you do it on the other side. So it was a trickle down effect. I didn't see the problem.
But that they mash up Arsenal whole playing style. But
Why?
Arteta try.
Based on what? What particular aspect of
From
it
there,
mash up the play style?
Ben White so don't custom to play right back here. That the man play one ball and that because Ben White asleep because he's so custom to play right back, that ball beat and the man is run. The man is run go to Gabriel and just can just turn
That
away the ball.
no. Did not he wasn't no sleeping. Sorry there,
Ben White
man.
never
He
there
wasn't
sleep.
sleeping. Is it other guy give it the ball in the midfield? Of course, everybody
Yeah.
had to scramble. Everybody had
Big
to
man,
scramble.
listen. Ben White so custom boy buds. Me watch that over and over and over and over and over. I sleep Ben White to sleep.
Then yo, we watch
Ben
football very
White is
differently.
sleep buds.
I
Ben
didn't
White
see it
so
that way,
man
bro.
bucking to the right back position. Yeah, yeah. Not
Mm-hmm.
a sleep Ben White. He don't know when he play right back.
Okay,
Even if he make a
so
mistake, or even
You
if he
play
get caught out,
go ahead,
the
more.
one centre back will come cross and cover. Yeah, yeah. Because he don't buck into the right back position. Because he play the whole season, buds.
So Ben White was
But
one
when
of
you don't go
the better
watch him
players
over,
that
you see
day.
what me say, buds. When you don't go
Go
watch
ahead,
him over,
more.
you see what me say.
so who you blaming that on? Ben White
Me?
or Arteta?
No. Me not blame Odegaard for giving the ball in the midfield, but I'm just saying, I blame Arteta for the tactics that he tried.
I wouldn't watching that game. I wouldn't blame Arteta. I would have blamed the players because clearly the players didn't even do anything. Saka get the ball on the wing a number of times and just
Soccer
try
turning to
to
Anthony Moy.
just like what we normally see Hazard do try to walk with the ball at the defenders. You see two defenders coming at him and he's still trying to do it. There wasn't even no urgency in the game until
Yup.
probably like 85 minutes when them man's realized, hey, it's now we kicking, it's now whatever.
I
That
didn't even see
if
that.
it still happening all that, it wasn't nothing. Just like
I,
me and my mother was watching the game, she was cussing Arsenal. She was like, Arsenal is not even hungry. I had to tell her, Nottingham played the same way against us. It was an outside the box chance we had to get. I don't even remember none of Arsenal chances during if Arsenal had
Moy,
a chance in that game.
Oh yeah, right, boy.
Moy. You know, I liken this game to the City game, where I'm waiting for my team to do something. Only difference with this game is that we had the ball this time. Like out this day, and I just like I could have dropped sleep on that. Even though I'm in Arsenal, I said I could have dropped sleep on that game day. Just because there was no urgency from the players in them. Nothing, and you can't tell me that come from all our front man and them in their natural position. Oh,
I'm gonna tell you something, Shaq.
I thought Party playing on that right side was feeding the ball into Gabriel Jesus so well, but it just wasn't working for
I'm
Gabriel
gonna tell you
Jesus.
something, right, Shaq. Let me tell you something here.
Trossard, who everybody in
Saka,
there cry for, everybody
Saka,
would just look off on the day.
Saka, listen. I'm gonna tell you something. The ending coming down to the last couple of games and them Arteta kill Saka. I'm gonna tell you one Arteta kill Saka.
To
Listen,
kill
no, listen,
Saka.
man. Listen, let me talk now. When Saka needed rest and he's supposed to push Smith Rowe, he killed Saka game after game. All when Saka
Push
now
Smith
good,
Rowe.
that's from Saka.
When would you have played Smith Rowe?
What I
When
mean?
would you have played Smith Rowe?
What I mean? The boy that game that Smith Rowe could have come in and start and bring Saka off the bench. Yeah,
When you
That's
start
why
Smith Rowe haven't even played. You
listen,
haven't even
man.
played 2 consecutive games. Why are you bringing him to start?
Listen,
No, no. You can't want me to listen to you when
listen,
you're
man.
chopping his blood. If you make Carl
You see how much
Nelson,
stupidness.
would have probably a little more accommodated
You see how much stupidness. But here, you see
because
how
of
much
chopping
stupidness.
it.
The time that you take, you hear? The time that you take for arrest Martinelli, arrest Martinelli. You hear? When Saka's supposed to get rest, you still not arrest him. You push.
Me now have problem with if I rest soccer,
Yeah,
but me soccer for
listen,
Emily Smith Rowe.
listen, Smith Rowe, listen what me say in the partner.
I
Because
listen,
every
me
man
listen to
come in the
you.
team, every man play a part. Every man play a part. You give Nketiah a chance, he come in, he do good. Smith will get little injury, he come back. The boy that games when Arsenal supposed to put Smith in the game and Arteta decide he not bring on them, he not make them change it. Arteta make the same change than them game after game. Every game you know, every game Arsenal play, you know the sub and them Arteta go make. Every
When
game.
you dey work, you dey jump up on ya.
No, you see now,
You
listen
dey
what me
jump
say.
up on ya. Tell you, I am tell you, a
Don't get
hypocrite
me wrong.
side be no
Don't
gods.
get me wrong.
A hypocrite side be no
Don't get me
god.
wrong.
Me
Don't
tell you
get
the
me wrong.
truth now. Me tell you the
Boy,
truth, no god.
nobody no hypocrite. Man, I talk facts. Arteta no change
A
up.
fact
Okay,
me
it's like a
talk to.
pet. Look, it's like a pet. If you don't know which sub pet go make this game, because he has so much options that he say, okay, Mahrez, if not Mahrez, he say Foden.
Right, you say he have so much
Yeah.
options. Does Arsenal have so much options?
Arsenal have options, but then you use
Like
them.
what?
You know,
Like
use
what?
them.
It have to be like for like.
Now, listen, that game, when I play Fabio Vieira, I split up on bench.
Right, because
That
Fabio
game when
Vieira
I
has
play Fabio
been playing throughout the season. Smith will hardly have any games on his belt because he can't stay fit, Cello.
But The man can't stay fit if you play this time, yeah, and then you're not playing again.
No, the man has not been playing, and next thing you hear, he out injured. That's not an Arteta.
But listen what me say.
Well, I don't see. You know where you're coming, boys.
Arsenal rush back Jesus here. Before
Arsenal rush back Jesus.
Listen what me say, now let me talk.
But tell you chat chopping is, I can't listen to when you chat chopping is, but Arsenal rush back Jesus. When everybody has been there called for Jesus.
Yeah. I'm a time they rush back Gabriel Jesus. He come back, he score a couple goals. And ever since that man they come back in our team, that man didn't give her nothing. All he do, fall on like a girl and look for like a girl. Tell me my life.
I find it.
Jesus come back, Arsenal can't play no proper football again. When Jesus they out, Arsenal they play such a good football. So I will blow it. He come back, he score a couple goals, and yes. But by the time the man come back, our team there. That gives our team in shot. By the time Gabriel Jesus come back, in the gear nothing.
Because during the absence of Gabriel Jesus, especially pointing back to the game where Arsenal played City first, and Nketiah did not make shots. Everyone was calling for Gabriel Jesus back in the team, calling back for Gabriel Jesus because the linkage of play is better when he's on the field. So everyone was excited. Not forget that, fellow Arsenal supporters did not like Nketiah still because they thought he wasn't proven enough still. And this notion of bringing Smith Rowe back in the team, I guarantee you, if Arteta brought Smith Rowe back into the team and it didn't work out, we'd have been sitting here having a different
conversation. Because they would have said, rush back Smith Rowe. He would have said, rush back Smith Rowe too.
Is the liking of me. Okay. I would have loved to see Calvin Phillips play more. But there's no way coming down to crunch time and your players that you're capable of and can do it week in, week out like Rodri. Now you're going to go and try to give Calvin Phillips. There have been a number of occasions I hear City players talking about, when are we going to see Phillips? He's probably done. But he cannot be done because it's crunch time. Ways you're going to put him in, and then we know the backfire of it going to happen. It's just like that.
I cannot.
Trossard is there. Trossard came in, played more games than Smith was vital. Saka is one of the most important players. It's not even that, Arteta killed Saka. Saka end up and kill him himself and had a bag of poor performances. So I don't even think there's nobody to blame to that. Arsenal just on poor.
Yeah, bag of poor performance, man. But game in, game out, you still play.
Who is the star boy? Who have you been hyping up all season, Mr. Marcel?
Star boy in the shop, you see? And about star boy shop.
No, but to my point just now, this is crunch time. If you're gonna ask me who you want on the field with the big games, if you want to tell me you'd love for Saka for injured, for out, for miss big game, I had to tell me you'd love for Saka for in the team. Saka's available, Saka plays. I don't have a problem with you saying that Saka could have taken a rest here around here.
Me no want none to play injured.
Fair enough. I don't have a problem with you saying Saka can get a rest here and there. But if Saka fit, Saka starts.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Arsenal last 8 games. How much good performance I get from Saka in the last 8 games I play?
Right. But this is what I'm saying, Cello. You're going to drop him on 2 games. You're going to drop him off for 2 games. And then
back yourself, just like when you give Martinelli a rest to catch back yourself. You rest Martinelli, you have like a poor farm. You drop it on the bench for a couple games. Trossard come in, fire up on our cylinder. Now Martinelli in the full mind now here. Me have to come back and do better now because what? This man you come and fire up on our cylinder.
Right. But then Cello, you see what I'm saying is sometimes we so narrow-minded because you're thinking just in terms of personnel. Right? You're just thinking in terms of personnel. Okay, that man a winger, or that man can play wide. What does Saka give us? Why Martinelli? Why Arteta keeps playing him ahead of Nelson, ahead of Smith Rowe, like you said, ahead of Trossard on that particular right side? Because he offers something that Arteta wants on that right side. The linkage with him and Odegaard and Ben White. It's been pivotal. When Ben White had to miss a game and Tomiyasu was playing there, I can remember. Tomiyasu they killed Saka. It's also called cohesion. If this man, listen to me, Cello. If this man work well with that man, we'll change him up for Cello.
Listen, Shop. sometimes you have to change him up. When he not work, you change him up and little sometimes. Shot.
Right, but
Yeah, for instance, look
when
at
will you
Pep.
say it's
You see
not
Pep come all
working?
the time. When Pep is some now work, he change him up. If Man City playing game, first half, and Pep realize here, this is not work. As half time come, Pep do so cheese sub. If cheese sub, I will make it do so cheese sub. Back, one time. Change him up. Can you realize this player, this
Don't make
style now work for this team, work against this team, yeah? And he have other options where you can say, okay, me bring in Mahrez. Me know Mahrez you want to them, one to them. Jack Willis you want to them from the side. In our work, you do so boom, Alvarez. Book, change the formation. Alvarez, I play just half for Holland.
Yeah.
Change
So
them up.
okay. So
you
you not.
problem, buds. And Arteta now change the problem.
So in our work, Gabriel Jesus now work. And trust out up on the field. You sub Gabriel Jesus and bring out Eddie Nketiah and you go back.
Listen, if they will bring out Nketiah, we give the energy that you look. You sub Jesus. Can you now work? You sub.
And you go back.
Nketiah.
And you go back.
Nketiah.
And you go back. But why you ever tell me that you go back? Because you would have backs.
Listen what me saying, man, buds.
I listen.
Nketiah. If you see Jesus now work, you bring in Nketiah, you go run them and give the energy up that you want.
Personally, Cello.
You switch them up.
Personally, Cello, I think you're not being honest with yourself. Because I know that you would have come on here. What the man bring on? What the man sub Jesus so early for? And bring on Nketiah. Nketiah can give anything.
Let me ask you a question.
Let's not forget
How much
that
weeks now? You make Coach Jesus. How much weeks now? Make Coach Jesus.
Oh, just on Saturday, bro.
No,
it's just on Saturday. I heard you say
just
that.
Saturday alone.
When you called me, it's just on Saturday.
Saturday alone, but
yeah.
If you want to, I'm glad the group there. Go back in the group.
Well, at me with them, and I apologize. At me.
Let's not forget that, we're talking about work rate from Nketiah. It's not an Arsenal team from before. It's a different Arsenal team that probably Gabriel Jesus would stay on the field longer because it's an Arsenal team that's well developed now, as you would say that. Loves to do these passing, loves to get Jesus involved, and Nketiah is not being involved like how Jesus is being involved. I remember we sat down here at Island fans and we said that Nketiah is not offering what Gabriel Jesus is offering, and Arsenal looks flat. It's just what it is.
Yeah, boy. Some games like boy, I want somebody in the box, and Jesus out the box. Jesus to play a drop way deep in the midfield. Yeah, all here. The game gets biting. Yeah, the hard time I had the ball here, and Jesus in the middle of the park. In the middle of the park, Jesus did, and here are striker buds. But sometimes when you see now where boys, you have to switch them up sometimes, boys. Switch them up. Boys.
Yes, Cello, I hear you now. But remember this number of occasions, I just, me and Munchie just go back and forth when, especially Pep doesn't make subs. And then you come out after and he's saying, if the team is struggling, then you think, because they're supposed to dig themselves out the hole, you leave on players because you know what they can offer. It's just like I went back to the soccer point. Yes, he's been having poor performance lately. Everyone can see that. And a lot of players would call for Saka to get bench or to get rest to focus back himself again. But we can't forget that we're going on into crunch time. And Saka is somebody that, can dig Arsenal out the hole anytime. It's just like, I'm going to always point back to City, Even if De Bruyne is having a bad string of games, you're going to most likely try to leave him on because just like that, just one pass, one movement, he can pick up something.
So that's those kind of players more.
Exactly to my point more. That come exactly to my point. See, De Bruyne, they have like a bad patch. What Pep do? Drop it on the bench. Catch back yourself. And then you're ready for when the real busy time come. I'm gonna need you. But not the kind of performance they can give me. That's what me say.
But when you check out Saka, Mr. Marcel, who are you putting in?
Buds, Smith and Nelson Buds. They might not give us Saka give you, but they can make a difference. They might not give us Saka can give you, but they can make a difference.
Cello, I understand where you're coming
from. You wouldn't up to start a 70% Saka over those two fellas who've had big parts playing for the entire season.
Listen what me say, Shop. If
Listening, I'm
Saka
asking
now
you a
perform,
question.
you give him a little time on the bench so he catch back himself. You know, just play until
Yo,
you give
you
poor
see the
performance,
part of what Salo today? My outside listen for a while right before I come in on the show. Check. I may say, see what Salo say. I understand the whole giving Saka the rest because there were times where I thought so. To be honest, too, especially after Nelson came in and scored a winner against Bournemouth and the equalizing assist and then the winner scored the winner against Bournemouth. You know, after that, and so there were periods in games where Saka is not even for say he looked him in their play. He just looked
but he
tired.
look like himself.
Yeah, he just looked tired. So for me personally, there were games where, to be honest, for me, because Nelson has as good as Saka be. Yeah, Nelson has never blown off like Saka. But if you're following Nelson, you know Nelson had the technical abilities that Saka have. Maybe even more. Just that one further ahead in the development and in terms of, than the other. You check. So I can understand that part, right? In terms of there were games where I thought personally Nelson could have played. You check because Saka play, and to be honest, Saka poor for pretty much the whole game. But at the same time too, this is also the same Saka for counter that has had poor patches over the throughout the season, and then have one 10-minute period where he scored 2 goals, he score and get one assist. So you have to sometimes just have to work with them. You check. That's the way it be.
You see,
Sometimes
bro,
just
you
have to
see,
continue go with them.
I'm not saying to Celo's point. I'm not saying Celo's not wrong. If he not work, but you can do that when you have an option. If you notice, most times when Nelson come up on the pitch, at the left side, Archer to put deploy,
Yeah.
at the left side. So I mean, I guess it goes back to the club on a whole. We didn't have an adequate replacement for Saka. If you want to tell me that, yeah, I can understand. And probably
Yeah,
that's the
but
area we need to strengthen in the
for me
season.
personally, based on what we have, for me personally, Nelson, I want adequate enough replacement. Now, Nelson's biggest problem is fitness now.
Right, but
Nothing
I
else
think it's
now.
the style of play Arteta wants on the wings. He wants both wingers to cut in. That's why I always put Saka on the right and put Nelson, he put Trossard and Martinelli
Yeah,
over
you
on the
want
left.
both wingers for cutting, and that's always Nelson, and then come in clutch because Nelson Nelson
Nothing can
can
kick with
operate
both
on
foot.
both sides now. A
Both foot.
two-footed Nelson, two-footed no.
Right,
Part
but
of the
no, but then
reason why
not he's not gonna fear any no one's gonna fear him cutting in on his left. Linking up there with Odegaard when Odegaard goes on the outside and Ben White as well. It's just
but me another
natural.
shot. No, Nelson, two-footed.
Yeah,
Listen
I
on
was
and
Sure.
play
I,
play
when you
two-footed.
tell me
Nelson make
somebody
the
two
debut.
footed, I'm thinking
Nelson make
Santi.
the
I'm
pass on
thinking Santi
debut.
Cazorla. He ain't no
Yeah,
Nelson
Santi
make the
Cazorla
pass
with
on
his with his
debut.
with
He
his
make
both
the
feet.
debut on the same
yes,
side.
he's no Santi Cazorla, but me want that boy very good technically with his
Of
weak
course,
foot.
I know
The
that.
reason the reason why he been deployed on the left more is not because Nelson can't play on the right. It's because Saka seem for more able to endure the 90 minutes and them consistently over Martinelli. Right? That's a one. And then two,
Right.
Martinelli plays a lot more explosively than Saka does. So obviously he exert more energy over it. Saka
Mm.
very Saka very calculated in his dribbles. Martinelli a man that got us push the ball, one pen you drag, you take your hand. So obviously he exert more energy. The reason why Arteta tends to bring on Nelson and put him on the left for sub Martinelli are because Nelson is the only other person we have that
I
can
do the
in
same
any
thing.
way maintain the pace.
Right.
Not even the
I agree.
beating and not even the dribbling or the pace
I
element
agree.
of it. Because Nelson rapid. You check? But yo, hear me say, right? So look, one next thing I want to say for everything me listen. Because I tell you, me sit down in the kitchen and watch you for a while before me even press the link, right? And I understand the points you're trying to make, but you're contradicting yourself a lot in the points you're making with one particular thing. You keep making comparisons to Manchester City. You need to remember that the quality that them man can take off and bring on, we not have nothing close to that. And yeah, I understand the Smith argument because he sad to see how important he may be last season and how he just get used and drop off now. But to be fair, he did the surgery, he come back, and when them think everything good, he re-aggravate him, go out again. Then he come back, he train, Arteta come on TV and say that Smith is close. So you don't need probably make a get game soon. 2 games later, when I play Europa League and Smith over play, Smith were out injured again. Right?
Yeah.
2 games after that, when Smith over play again, Smith was in the squad because Smith was ill. He, Tierney, and Vieira. You can't blame Arteta for that.
Okay,
So now when you
Joe.
get down to the business end of the season now,
You play your
ultimately,
season, man, and them.
I understand your point, but me tell you, man, I ask you, majority of big managers, when you get to that business end of your season, you gotta stick with what they worked for you, and you gotta stick with that, and you gotta live with that. Business end of
But
the
Joe.
season, and not time for bringing in a man and say, boy, see if you can catch your farm. Tal.
But Joe.
But
If
I agree with you as well that there were games as well where Smith was on the bench and Arteta make subs, and me feel like Smith could have be the man that get the sweat.
Joe, let me tell you something, right? You see, when you're out injured for a while, and then you come back and you go play me this week, yeah, and then the next 2-3 games you're not gonna play me. By the time you're ready for me again, we don't call up. So a possibility,
but this is what Joe is saying, Selo. It wasn't that. It wasn't that he wasn't being played. It was just like I don't think Smith has been able to feature on the bench for 5 consecutive games.
Sure. Arsenal last 8 games, Smith up on our bench all our 8 games. Go check the stat. We can pull up.
Right, but leading into those 8 games, Selo, what amount of games was he able to play?
No, not even that. That's not even a question. Leading into those 8 games, yes, he on the bench, but this is exactly what I just talked about. The business end of the season and all the time for see if Smith can come in and catch one farm. You can stick with your work for you. So you can do all like for like changes. You can take out Party, you can bring in Jorginho, you can take out Martinelli, you can bring in Trossard, you can bring on Nelson. You can make all like for like changes and you can stick to what they work for you.
But last season, coming down to the business end of the season, you put it in and you catch on farming. He catch on farm, he score a couple of games.
He was playing all season. He was playing all year last season.
He was one of the main man last season.
Yeah, Smith played all season last season. Smith start almost every game. Then he get injured. Martinelli come in.
December, Chelsea.
Catch one crazy farm, and then Smith will go on the super sub run for like about 8 games in a row.
Right.
Oh, so what you talking about, brother?
But I'm gonna say, Joe, you had the man them, but use the man.
You have to utilize them. You have to utilize them.
Everybody.
I hear what. That is the one criticism.
Arsenal squad get tired coming down to the business end of the tournament. Because the man play game after game after game after game.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. So he may say, right?
You know, use them.
He may say, many things, and our tiredness make us lose the last couple of games now. Yes, the man ain't tired, but I keep telling you, like, I'm telling you what make us lose the last couple of games, the Saliba injury. Yo, the football that how we play depend. The football that how we play. The football that how we play depends so much on one high line, right? That's when you realize. And like even the other than tell shot, ultimately the drop off of farm and everything come down to Holding. And I keep saying, man, I say Holding because your scapegoat Holding, because Holding no good and this and that and this and that. The style of football that the team go for play. Yo, me sit down, I'm gonna watch the game and I'm gonna go back and watch over all the game and them. You check because my starter come up with this perspective. I'm gonna go back and watch over the game and them. Well, I'm gonna tell you one of the big problem, the main problem with the team. You see the minute I bring in Rob Holding, yeah, he came in and his first game he had a very good game, right? But it was against a team that was not attacking us as much. You see, when I start to play against the other team that get hit up on the counter and get in behind, Rob Holding struggles with the high line. 1. And number 2, because he and Gabriel now play together, the two of them are never on the same page. When Rob Holding hold, Gabriel Jack is so accustomed for Holding now play the line high enough. Then when the vice versa, the other one a drop back. The two of them on the same page. And when I come to realize with this team, because the team's so young, right? Them man drilled for play one particular way. And so long as all the parts in them work, everything go run smoothly and them man go fire upon all cylinders. You see the minute you remove one part or one little part go bad and you have to tweak them, they start struggle. Because are not trained for make this adjustment here, are trained for play this particular way. You check? That way be. And if I realize too, there was a point in time, although with better quality, that City was like that too. When they first started to take over the Premier League. But them until end up win the league. But there were games where City, if their man gets one particular injury or something go wrong in terms of how them play, they look like a completely different team, or sometimes they lose the game on them, or at least drop points. You check? But then with these players that are developed and experienced now, them might learn how to make all the little adjustments and them, Pep start tamper with this and start tamper with that and all of that. And I have to remember too, as much as he might sound like this one excuse. Till in the early part, well, still not the peak of the project yet, so to speak. You check? And I'm supposed to, yeah. You check, but back to the league. Back to the league, that's a part of being a young team, I guess. Carman and back to the league. Not nice way for put on. And you move. You check, but for come with all this criticism about this and that and this and that in retrospect, when they work and nobody they complain.
And Arteta forget and Arteta and Punk and Arteta, rate Arteta.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Yo, one next thing, last summer, I hear you blame Ben White for the goal. You have a crazy.
No. Go back when I start the show. My ask
you say ultimately you got blame
Ben White
to lose the ball. But you say Ben White just sleep.
Ben White never did sleep.
Tall.
Okay. Tell
you wanna realize no that part is so out of place in the right back position. If a majority of the game, I Ben White to play right back and centre back now.
So let me ask.
Couple time well. That I can agree with you with. I can blame Arteta. I mean, what is that? I agree with you. I will not argue that. For
Joe,
me,
hold on.
I'm put
hold on, Joe. You don't know what he tried. Like what he tried.
Fine. Find out
because you have to understand what he may do. Because it's the same thing he's doing with Zinchenko.
Doing with Zinchenko and doing with Party are two different things.
Well, but then a lot of people were calling for it. We're calling for us to try it. Party right back.
But here what? That is why Arteta is paid the big money. Not because fans out here scream that for China.
Right. But this is what I'm saying. When I saw
the squad, I said, okay, Ben White probably injured. And I realized that he played centre back. So I said, okay, my boy must be injured. Kiwi must be injured. But then when I look, I realized Kiwi in the lineup. So I said, okay, Tierney must be injured. But then when I look, I see Tierney on the bench.
Joe,
that didn't make no sense to me, brother.
Joe, the problem is not. The problem that what me try to explain to Shaka here. Even if you try subbing, even if you make one move and you put Ben White in the center and you play Tierney left back and you put Kiwi up on the bench, I understand. But you switch Kiwi left back and put Tierney up on the bench. That make no sense when you natural left back.
When he comes,
no, Cello. I think what y'all are missing is that he tried to do exactly what we've been doing all season, just on the other side. It's that simple.
But Shaq, that is not the game to try that.
We controlled the game. I didn't feel like our backs were against the wall in any way. We just didn't do anything with the possession. I don't think that's because Kibwa was playing left back.
A couple times, Party get cooked. And if I mean for Ben White, because Ben White is custom for play right back, and Ben White to cover the space, I get licked no. Couple times,
he got cooked. Ben White got cooked at the right back too versus Brighton, and he was playing right back. Kivu and Gabriel was inside, so cooking can happen.
But no, that cooking can happen. Sense. That counter don't make sense because Partey is not a right back. Ben White is your right back and has been playing right back for the entire season. Barring an injury, that causes you to decide that that forces you into a situation where you need to change things. That change them make no sort of sense.
It didn't make any sense to you because it didn't work. You see, I attacked because it didn't work. It don't look like it made sense. But I applaud what the man was trying to do.
Even if you may work, me would have come on this show tonight.
I'm not being stuck. I'm saying that I applaud. It didn't work.
Even
It
if it
didn't
didn't
work.
work, me to come on the show tonight and cuss about him.
So
Because
you
as
see,
soon as I
we
see him,
really
I'm
wouldn't
like,
know.
I
We really
mean,
wouldn't know.
I'm
Mark,
surprised.
as soon
I'm
as I
Mark,
We
saw
surprised.
it, I
really
did
wouldn't
not
know
like
that,
it.
Joe. We
Hold
really
on,
wouldn't know that.
I'm surprised that Cello is basically very upset from this because I remember he sent a picture and was asking how everyone felt about Party at right back. So then he was
no,
entertaining.
shut more. This is what me say. The problem is not party at right back no. The
You
problem
said it
is
was the problem though that he
no,
shouldn't have
no,
did.
no. Listen what me say
That's
no
what he
more.
say.
No.
He said
The
the problem
problem
is
is
the amount of things
That's
you
what
had to
Stella was saying.
change in order. The amount of things you had to change in order. So just put Party right back and drop
you put
somebody and
Kibby on left back.
Tierney
The
to
full
play left back.
problem is
That's
why
all
you
you cuss about.
you put
No,
a
because
natural left back on the bench.
you press because Tierney's on the bench. That's what
The
you pressed
problem is
about.
why you put the natural left back on the bench, you put the centre back and
Because
they play in the
we are
centre.
trying
Left
the
back, you
inversion
put the
To be
right
on
back
fair,
the
to the
right
centre.
side. I
to be
don't
fair,
know why this is such a headache for
to,
y'all now.
to be fair,
I
no,
really don't understand why it's a
and
headache for y'all.
our headache. You'll be biased because you are for you way thinking,
Yeah.
and you just
The man
stubborn
has to
from for
be
you way thinking. Can
No,
me understand what you were saying?
Joe, you
But
can't
my
just
be
you
ask,
can't just,
stubborn.
you can't just give
Don't
a
be
blanket
stubborn.
statement like I'm stubborn
Don't
with
be
my
stubborn.
thinking.
no,
I'm
the truth.
saying that
Tell
I
the
see
truth.
how it
Because
works.
you
I
know
see
your
how it
heart.
works. So now, give me a chance to
Your
but
heart and
Tell the truth.
I
nonsense.
give me
No,
a
but
chance to but
you
I'm saying that I
say
see
you
how
see
it
how it
works.
works.
I see how it could have worked. I'm like, okay, I see what he's trying, and I
It could
applaud it.
have
It
worked
didn't
enough.
work.
Make three
We can
changes
talk
in
now in
order to
hindsight.
structure
We
up.
can talk now in hindsight, but early in the season when he tried it with Zinchenko, did you know it was going to work?
But
Did you know it was going to
Zinchenko
work?
different.
What
How
me
well
are
it
you
worked?
seeing
Zinchenko
about?
different.
No, that
Zinchenko
statement
different.
don't make sense.
Zinchenko
Where
play
did if
left
I
back
know if you
many
can work?
How
times.
you know
When
he
I
would have
watch
worked?
when
Zinchenko
I
play left
watch
back many
Zinchenko do
times.
that there Manchester City for how long?
Okay,
That
this is
makes
what
no
I'm
sense.
saying.
Different.
Right. This is what I'm saying. Not because it worked at City, meaning he would have worked at Arsenal.
You see
Partner,
you.
our
You see
play
you.
No, you
almost
can't
You see
just
our
tell
you.
play
me
almost
the
our play
transition would have been
almost
seamless.
identical. Our
You
play
see you.
almost identical to Manchester City. So that
You see
don't
you,
make
Shaq.
no sense.
There are a lot of other things. There are a lot of
You
things
see
that we
you, Shaq.
tried this season and it didn't work.
You see, you tell me not be honest with myself. But you see you.
You're
You
not
not
being.
be honest with yourself.
I'm being honest with myself.
You
I
not be
say
honest with
that
yourself.
I applaud him
You
for
not
what
be
he
honest
tried.
with
I
yourself. You
understand.
not
You're
be
telling me
honest
to
with yourself.
understand what the man they try to do. That's what you're trying to tell me,
No,
Selo.
me not understand what you try to do. No.
No, you see, but that's what you don't understand. But I understand.
No.
That's on
What you
you.
understand? When you
That's
have a
on
bench,
you.
when you have a tweet, 4 players different for try
But
for
then
something
it's
seem
all
to
a
work.
part of the job, bro.
Bro,
It's
Yo,
all a part
you
of the
not be true to
job.
yourself.
He's
You
made tweets
not be true to
before.
yourself.
did not play good.
You
That's why
not be
you
true
should
to yourself.
focus on not about the defense alone. The team played very poorly on that day. Matter of fact,
Yeah, fuck.
and they
Moy,
gave City the trophy. I am not.
Moy.
I'm out for picking out players. Come in there, Joe. I'm out for picking out players when you realize they don't do things. But when you can look on the team, especially they know what's on the line. Okay, let's say everybody's not going to agree with the fact that Arteta change up certain things. People believe that it worked for them, and some people didn't believe it worked for them. But
When
all in
boy
all,
don't
you
want
can
to say
pin the
something.
blame. You can pin the blame on the players itself because I would really do that because nobody look up for it at all, at all, at all, at all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then
man,
And
the
if
understand
that
that
manager
too.
job.
I
Who for job?
would say,
Who for job is it to put you out there in the best position to win? And the manager job.
And you think
yeah,
that he failed at that on the day, Joe?
Joe,
Majority of the season, Arteta know how much criticism forget because he did a lot of things very well. When you forget criticism, you forget criticism. It
So
is
you think
his
he
job.
failed on? You think he failed on Saturday, Joe? That's what you saying?
Yes, I do. Pana,
Okay,
go back. If y'all go back
okay.
and watch the game, if y'all go back and watch the game, right? This is the first game for the season where the football has looked that disconnected. Pana, Jorginho I get the ball and Jorginho of course I tell man and now day for day, day for day.
I'm really
Odegaard get
stubborn.
the ball, Odegaard get the ball, and because Odegaard accustomed for Ben White right and just flick a man give Ben White, Odegaard
Joe,
flick the ball and the ball go out because nobody there. Saka get the ball and cut in, left the space for Party overlap because what? That's what he accustomed to do with Ben White. When you look, Party jog back or Party cut inside to the midfield.
Joe,
So
wait.
now
More ask your question, Joe.
Saka get frustrated.
Right. So Joe, it didn't
It
work.
threw off everything.
Shaq,
My
It
point is
didn't
there was
work.
nothing wrong with trying things. I
Right.
understand what you try, but
Right.
that was not the game for it.
Okay.
Sure. Remember you
I
said
think
earlier
that's
in the
such no
show.
big no game.
Remember you said earlier in the show. Saka can turn on any moment. And
Moy actually said that.
yeah.
Go ahead.
You stress it to you say, why change it? You end up and say, why change it? And you know nobody for bring on for replace Saka. As you said earlier. Yeah.
Yeah, I said that.
Why change Ben White when he Saka don't been a connection and he Saka Odegaard been a connection on that side? Why change
Because the man. This is what I think. You done? You're done? Because this is why I think that you're not hearing, bro. This is why I think you're not hearing. Yes, Cello, it didn't work in hindsight. But how did you know it wouldn't work? You gotta try it, bro. I'm sure it may look good in the trading. Arteta is not a fool. Arteta is not a fool. Arteta is a tactical genius. So I don't know if you're going to Arteta just suddenly wake up and like, okay, now I'm going now. Let's try this guy. Stubborn to what? Stubborn to what, Cello? Cello.
Listen, you're
Cello.
teacher.
Hold on,
Cello. Stubborn to what? What am I stubborn with? Answer the question, bro. Answer the question. Because you like to make a lot of noise and not answer the question, and then you move on to some other point. What exactly am I stubborn with?
Let me tell you. You're a teacher, right? You're a teacher. Yeah. You know what me and Joe say now. You understand what me and Joe say clear, you know. But because you so want to stick to your point, I mean you're not change. Because
no, I think you're misunderstanding it. I agree. It didn't work.
Me and Joe needs to talk.
No, I don't know. But wait a minute. I need to understand what I'm stubborn with.
Bro, you know what me and Joe say, but you're so stubborn, like you mean you're not.
What exactly are y'all saying? What y'all saying?
Moy, hear me say Moy. Boy. The boy say, but Betty look good in the training. So after the ability of going to squad battles, bang the man in there, and then go in the weekend league again.
Go get that show.
Okay, but so Joe, you don't think that happens? You don't think that happens?
Pana, the move never made no sense.
What you think? You don't think even Bill, he set up the team for play against Everton in a particular way, and then the Saturday come and I get bluff from Everton. I get bluff from what the name? Brighton the other day. How you explain to me that the sharpest man from the pitch gets her head up an hour 6 yard back?
Pana.
You'll kill me now. Anyway, tell me, Cello, what am I stubborn with?
Even one thing, when you say stubborn, you mean you stick to him.
Cello, see, this is what I'm saying. You're dodging the question, bro.
Answer the question. On the weekend?
No, wait. Cello, what am I stubborn with?
Just tell you.
Already have enough
what?
And we're going to come there, so do not say anything.
You know, you're stubborn.
Tell me.
Trying to find out where you're stubborn with. And I know why we try to move on.
No, because no. You see, maybe somebody else would move on. But Cello, like we just said, oh, you're stubborn. What am I stubborn with? I need clarification.
But just tell you where stubborn with again. But just tell
you
so much time.
I didn't hear you.
You know, you understand what me and Joe say clearly.
What exactly you are saying?
Because you know what me and Joe say, all right, you mean you're not changed from what I say. You mean
so you and Joe right and me wrong.
Listen.
You and Joe right and me wrong.
You know
all right, Cello.
You make no sense.
You and Joe right and me wrong. That's what you say.
No, yeah, let's move on.
I know you couldn't answer the question, bro. No, you could answer the question because this will do all the time.
You're just stubborn. You're stubborn.
But I mean, I can say the same about you, bro. I can say the same about you.
That change doesn't make no sense. To make 3 tweet.
Me gone that. You come off that. Because I old. Twice just a chat.
See you later, them man.
And I think just a done so. And top blame Arteta and everybody know. Because I am glad I come out to cup and all and somebody, so So just go and cool and prepare for next season. I make a
You
move
know,
on.
but still have all the problem with Arteta. Now the wheel fall off. That's my
No,
problem.
no,
That's what
no.
maybe that's what I'm stubborn with.
No,
Because
Yeah,
you're
no,
a
but
no, no.
hypocrite.
No, come and try make seem like sell our problem art. When me say, when art do
Wow.
good, me give you props. When you do
Wow.
stupidness, me cuss you.
But what do you when you come up on Saturday, you say but?
But you know, from the
Pull the
season start,
files. Pull the
me get
files.
When you come on Saturday, you say, I'm gonna tell you left on for the show. When
Pull
I
the
say upon
files.
the show now.
Arteta
When I say
pump.
upon the show now, you're a hypocrite, Cello. You're a
Who pump?
hypocrite.
Who pump?
Let's move on.
Let's say
Gary
Arteta
Neville,
Punk.
Gary
And that
Neville's team of the season.
you say Arteta Punk. And that you say.
Yeah. Because when I meet City,
You see me move on and them man
like
gone back and more want to go away.
a pump.
You see me move on and them man gone back. And
make
me
a
stubborn.
talk about Gary Neville team dog. And
Okay,
And
boy,
me
I'm
stubborn.
done.
and yeah,
That one never intentional. I'm done.
And me stubborn.
all
Let's
I
go.
got stubbornness for Island fans, you check, except me. So
Let's
Boy,
go. Let's go. Let's
boy,
go.
me know you understand the points in them, right? So that's cool.
yeah,
You
I
check.
understand
Yo,
what everybody trying to say.
congratulations.
You're not
Congratulations, sir. You check. Congratulations. As the one Manchester City fan, man, know. You know, congratulations. I'm glad
bro,
for you.
did you
check.
see my Premier League medal? I was showing everybody I had to show you know.
Oh,
Even
okay. You deserve. You deserve your cup,
Yeah,
dog.
bro, congrats once
Track and
again, bro.
field. See it.
Congrats, bro. Congrats. You don't know it.
Yeah, congrats. You check.
Boy,
Deserve one,
Stella,
dog.
boy, Stella, shut him out, boy.
Pull up the team, you know.
I'll battle him. You
Tell
check.
him out, boy. Shut him out, boy, Stella.
I'll
You not
battle
tell
him.
you, bro.
You check. We'll
If you
see you
skill of
time.
cuss in the comment,
You check.
skill of cuss, you tell you stubborn. You tell they can't pull up the team, the man. You tell you come here stubborn, it's again to try start a next argument.
Yo. My thing is right, and I even just about the change now. For me, you start one team, you start one more organized team, and then if during the game you decide you want to tweak something and try something because your main team now work, then you try them. Then you start the game with them.
Alright, that's your last point. Drop on that.
Yeah, you put Tierney there left back. You check, bam, bam, bam. You play how I usually play if you now work, and you tweak. You drop Jorginho in the middle or whoever. I party start, you drop party, they make the sub, and they do them in game. You check?
Alright, so that's your last point on that, Joe. Okay, so more me have to give you a last point too.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
If you are wicked, let's go.
Because majority of the time, you and Cello want to chat, and me just over here laugh.
So here this side, this Gary Neville's team. You have Nick Pope in goal.
I like it.
Right back.
Yo,
I like it.
that is stupid and I want to shout.
Yo, I think it's more than a shout. I think it's a shoe in.
That's stupid and a shout. Real talk.
I think it's more than a shout, Joe.
Yo, for me, you know who me to put there, but the reason why I keep him there, but I would have put there had it not been for injury, Aki. But Aki been in and out. So yeah.
I think that's what derailed Zinchenko as well.
Eh?
I think that's what derailed Zinchenko as well.
Yeah, no, not even that. That personally, I think Zinchenko may deserve it, you know. I'm not going to lie to y'all, based on the fact because ultimately it come down to in that role, your defensive duties and clean sheets have to come into play. You check, and especially to a lot of our goals in them conceded over there, unfortunately, because maybe Zini out of position or Zini asleep or something. You check, because a lot of times he high up the field or whatever. So for me, you put a raw defender over there, man. Zinchenko.
I like yes, Tupian.
I think I would normally probably say Zinchenko, but when you think of a left back, you know, most likely Zinchenko comes to mind, especially since Arsenal have been having a good season. And you know, so that's why he would get votes to people. But Estupian has been a player, even though he has been good for the season, he has still been on the radar.
Yo, but I'm both going forward as well. He good. He's a lot better than I thought going forward.
I think Byrne has had a really good left back season as well.
Partner, Byrne just look long and slow, right? But me see the fastest of the fastest.
Cover ground with that
Byrne, right? Me see the fastest. Try outrun the boy and can't get away.
Yeah.
Oh, what did you get that? Me did never imagine that Byrne play left back. If you see that Byrne in real life, I ask you, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know who he be. You say, tell me what position he play. But I believe nobody here would have left back.
Yeah, that he don't have the prototype. But
Yeah,
there's not many things I agree with Gary Neville with. But I think this team, I don't think I have
yeah,
any
the team
qualms with it
solid.
at all.
What about my boy there as on shout as well? Might be an unpopular opinion, but Luke Shaw.
No. See again, I
No?
just think it's fitness, the amount of games. I
Oh,
don't know
okay,
the
okay, okay.
numbers exactly, but he's
Yeah,
just
that's
been
fair.
too
That's fair.
big part. Because remember early in the season too,
It
it
was
was
the it was what's his name?
Malassia had a
Malasia.
stretch.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, S2P been solid all through.
Yeah,
I
fair.
was
Um
I was
Yeah,
glad
right,
to see
Joe.
no Casemiro is in there for sure though, because I don't know
Luke Shaw
people
would
would
be
I
say
a
with
good shout, right?
Casemiro.
pers-
Luke
personally
Shaw would be a good shout, right, Shaw? But Luke Shaw
right,
been playing different position for the season. Sometimes centre
that's
back,
true too.
sometimes left back. So my boy deserve to play on the left, man. My boy that day deserve to play on the left.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
mean, I don't know if it's a snub or what, but I feel like Gabriel should have been in there. I think Saliba is just more prettier on the ball, so it looks like his game is
Saliba more
better.
marketable. Saliba more marketable. But at the same time,
Gabriel
Shaq,
solid
no, but
mover
here the problem that what I'm telling you, what go against what would go against Gabriel in that argument, then go basically always be able to say that Saliba are the better of the two,
because when
are the
he
more
left,
important of the two,
the
because if you
the
if
downfall
you if
started
you if you when you take out Saliba out of the team versus taking out Gabriel out of the
Gabriel.
team, the drop off is higher with Saliba out than with Gabriel.
because he hasn't been tested. Because we don't know. Because Gabriel's been there all season.
Yeah, but
Right.
naturally, even if you take other games back in the past into consideration, because you can take
Can't
last
really do
season
that.
into consideration as
You
well.
can't really do that though.
It's just the same like Ruben Diaz, because remember Ruben Diaz was out
Never go back and forth to that.
for some part
No,
of
but
the season.
Joe, seriously, you can't. I don't think you can factor in seasons past. I don't think
No,
so.
for me, no. Me talk when in terms of the drop off, because you can factor in if you're making a comparison. Not only just their highlight. Must simply use last season for show the impact when one is in the team versus when the other one is not in the team. So for the argument of the comparison, it can be used.
Boy King stubborn.
And not just that, not
Boy
just
King
that.
stubborn.
I,
When you do a comparison, even removing all of that, I can't use the season alone. If you do a comparison of all the games that both of them have played together, in almost every game, Saliba has had better numbers than him. The one thing that Gabriel usually consistently outdoes Saliba on is aerial battles.
I think that's questionable.
I mean,
Is
stats they
I
know,
have a
stats this, stats my life.
Um,
I have
don't
a
tell the whole
question.
story though. Go ahead.
Um, I had a discussion a lot today. Yeah, I think the Premier League is becoming like quote unquote farmers league, as you would say,
So
As a league. Why?
because uh because they say because City has 3 years in a row and constantly winning it. They're saying that
I
it's due
oh
to
yeah, I've
them.
heard that. I've heard that they had that
but
argument last season
but
too.
But
okay, but
the
then
reason why I wouldn't put it like that, because I wouldn't say farmers league, because you had 2 seasons ago, 2 seasons back to back, Liverpool has been chasing down
like
City.
and
It's not like you say Bayern go win for sure. PSG is going to win for sure with the number
what
of games.
what
Arsenal did
when
the
I
same
think
thing with 2 games.
But more, them they
go
say
ahead, Sally.
the league they turn to a farmers league. The league can they turn to a farm league when every team compete from every front from the bottom to the top.
That's that's what I'm
That's
thinking too, Cello. I'm
that's
thinking when you think
nonsense.
Farmers League, you don't wrap up the league by March and them kind of somebody.
I can say
But
Spain and farmers league are only two teams in about. If I know we the Barcelona,
Right.
the other team
And
and them
that's a good point too.
they compete
That's a
for
good point too. For the past
and then on here
The
go them
answer,
again.
the answer to that question there was exactly that. No, Casemiro said the other day when they did an interview with Casemiro, and Casemiro said that the Premier League is easily the hardest league in the world, and then he used La Liga for example. He say when you're in La Liga, the only teams that you will really know for sure you have to play your best 11 against is your Barcelona's, maybe your Atletico Madrid,
Atletico.
and your maybe Valencia or one of them team that will have the little runs on them. But he say there are teams there are a great number of teams that you can afford to rest a star player here and rest a star player there, but you can't do it in the Premier League because even the team in the last place will pull up on you
A
and
real
take your
trouble.
food.
A real
And
trouble.
and
And
to that,
you see,
go ahead, go ahead.
I was saying why I don't think why I don't think it's Farmers League because we're in those other leagues, just like Joe was referencing just now. You have these other teams. Okay, they may win a one-off game versus Real Madrid, but then
Mhm.
also for the next 5 weeks they don't even win a game.
Yeah, facts.
So there's no pressure there. So there's not consistent. City, I can speak for this year. They had to go on what it was more 13 game win streak. What are they now? 14?
Something like I don't remember, okay, but
Right.
30.
And
30,
every year
30,
they've
14
had to
and
be
14.
perfect.
I think.
I think they win is last season they win by a point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
it can't be that. It
Remember,
can't be it can't be that.
remember
But the thing is, right?
Gundogan
The
come
thing
on
is,
and
right,
win the
Sha,
game with them.
the
Yeah.
thing is, right, in the
I
Premier
think
League,
it's
them go on like in the other leagues, me team Bayern win the cup 5 years straight. In Italy, one team win the cup 5 years straight. How much time Juventus win the cup before then take
right.
and take
And
like
them man win the cup. Them man win their cup in a March and so.
Yeah,
March
Yeah,
them
and
man done 30,
yeah,
25 points ahead. What is
and
yeah,
that?
facts. That is
and
how
facts.
long Napoli win the cup?
I have
Yeah,
seen mistake too.
Probably since
They
our World Cup.
they were trying to say that because you're looking at the other leagues, yeah, we always saying Bayern Munich winning, Real Madrid winning. They're saying because
Shout
City
out
is
to
winning.
Joe, man.
But as to y'all point though, as y'all said, City is now winning the league with about 10 games left, 5 games left.
Yeah,
It's about the less 3 games whatever for the consecutive seasons. And just
yeah.
to add to it, why I think it's not even a farmers league to compare to the other leagues. Looking at Premier League, you can outrightly call a top six teams. You know, City, Arsenal, United, Chelsea, Spurs, Liverpool. Yeah, I don't think I forgot anyone. When you look at La Liga now, you have Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico. You don't have the likes of Valencia and Villarreal anymore.
Every
That
year that top changes. Yeah.
Bundesliga, you have Bayern, Dortmund, Schalke. You don't even have their man. The man's come up once in a while.
Wolfsburg was a good team years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
They've
Wolfsburg,
dropped
where
off.
the bay, man. What
yeah.
them
Where
You,
the
man do
Bremen,
you
you
know
have
today?
right.
PSG, you have Lyon, Marseille. Those teams are not up there anymore like that, and that's why I
Even
think it's
even look at Milan, who won
yeah.
the league last year. Where are they this year?
If you look at them,
I
you
think
not no
I,
champion league now.
I'd counter that and I'd say I think the Premier League right now is in pole position. I think it's the best. I think we're entering the best years of the Premier League. I know y'all feel about that statement.
Sure.
Especially that I'm legit looking forward to what Newcastle going to do, man.
You know I agree with you with that shot. Look man, the Newcastle, the Fulham, the Brighton.
Brighton is playing Europe
All
next
them
season
team
too.
there. Bro, when next season, you're gonna hear
I,
different conversation when you see how competitive the Premier League will be next season.
I think next year might be peak, man.
Yo, they only have that because the Premier League is not the best because Real Madrid dominate. I mean, La Liga. You can say La Liga dominates these European competitions. But by right, league looking at the league individually, you can tell by far Premier League is the best. You see
Let
competition
me
week in, week out, year in, year out.
let me look at this thing too. Look at remember before the season, many of us were saying, well, a lot of the pundits was saying Fulham to go down. Fulham is going to finish top 10 in the Prem. And look at Chelsea. People had them in top 4. They finished 12th. Brentford. No, I think we look at West Ham. That's kind of sad, but hey. Joe, we got to point you out in this. Nottingham Forest, they didn't trick you at all, or they did trick you.
yeah, that man trick me, boy.
The man trick you.
That man trick me. Yo,
All right,
and
so
I
Joe,
even hey, actually, right? Me hold my pint, dog, and not even them man trick me, dog. Arsenal.
Arsenal trick you.
Arsenal trick me, dog.
But shot, before I go in with, I want to talk about the Vinicius situation yesterday, but
right? Well, let me just ask Joe this, and then we can end off with that. So Joe, who going down now? Who now trick you?
Yeah,
Everton, Leicester, and Leeds,
Everton are good on now.
and
Southampton, Everton and Leeds. Leicester stay up.
okay. All right, we'll
Let's
be back
not
here
stop.
next week, guys.
Yeah,
See if you
let's
get
not stop,
tripped.
dog. Me
All
stick
right.
with my boys and them, dog. You check.
All right.
Which you know, they can go down, no our money run over, you know. You check, I can help them for survive, don't you know. You check,
Of
give them a
course.
little something, something. You check, and see a couple players over there to walk with, so nothing wrong with that.
All right, so we're talking about. I mean, it was a big thing on the weekend. It's really a disgrace to where I think we are in the world today. What
Mm-hmm.
happened with Vinny, and it's not
Yeah,
just what happened with Vinny. It's what's been happening, but it
yeah.
culminated again. It reached a level, another level yesterday with Vinny.
What me
Me
not
say, right,
understand,
Vinny
they
a
give
bad
Vinny a
man,
red
dog.
card when a man grab you by his throat and a choky for how long? And you only give one man red card. And a two man supposed to get sent off. If you give Vinny
Uh,
a red, my boy supposed to get a red card too. Because you choke the man. He actually go and grab the man around the neck. And that's why
Yeah.
the man react.
yeah,
And the
fuck.
man, this game now
Yo,
get out of hand quick.
me says, right, Vinny a gangster, dog. You check. But the president of La Liga should be ashamed of himself because when Vinny gave the
Absolutely.
interview, right, and criticized them, speaking about how much the league has fallen off, the league where you used to have Messi, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, yada yada
Right.
yada, has become taken over by racists and whatever. Now the president, you go know, share on Twitter, knowing you gonna start some on Twitter. You check. I said that Vinny need to educate himself and all of that. You check. You basically you say that La Liga do something. You check. Maybe not enough for you, but I will do something. You check. And I say that he and basically after the man just get racially abused, instead he come out and say, we stand La Liga stands with Vinicius Jr. You come out and say Vinicius Jr. the problem. You check. But yo, when I see Vinny respond to the man, right? What did you get that?
Vinny
Vinny ain't
making know we are
gangster.
not friends.
Yeah, Vinny say we are not friends for you
And
to
we're
talk
talking
to
about
me.
hashtag 20.
Yeah, the man say hashtags don't move me. What did you get that?
But
Yo,
even, but
Vinny a
even
bad
so,
man.
I heard some points this morning when he was talking about, the whole Vinicius stuff. I think it was against Atletico, and they would kind of make points saying that Vinicius don't help himself because he provokes the crowd by doing his dancing and whatever.
I saw that. I
But
saw that.
Yeah,
just need to interject to that. That's what he is. He's a Brazilian. That's what they do.
that's what
But
they do.
then
That's their
they went
culture.
on. They went on to other stuff saying why I think they went to a court, whatever they went to, especially with the game with Real Madrid versus Atletico. They said they didn't do anything with racism at that point because it's a rivalry, so all of that is expected in it. I mean, at that case, yes, there's certain things in
Expected.
rivalry,
That's
but
crazy.
there's certain things that you don't put in. Racism, black or white, whatever, you don't make fun of anybody's race and make them feel unimportant, especially like that, because it doesn't make sense.
What, fellas? Why y'all think racism is still an issue?
Because they're
Because
some uneducated people that just looks attention.
because because when they're
Yo,
supposed to deal with the problem, them because certain people have money and certain people have money, they make it pass.
Right? But I feel like
I think ultimately just come down to education because the problem is you still have a lot of people and you will always have people that are very racist and when they have two, three, four, five picnic, then they continue the trend because they teach them to also be racist.
right.
And now ultimately with how the world allow you to do whatever you want. Because
Everything is
them kind of
tolerance. Yeah.
people are gonna say, oh, but the education system and whatnot. But also at them kind of people they also homeschool their children because they're allowed to do so.
Right.
So no matter how you twist them, no matter how you turn them, are just something that always exists. But the problem is not you can never eradicate racism no. However, what you can do is force a lot of these people, whether racist or not, to remain in hiding because of the consequences of the actions. That's all you can do.
Fair
You check
point.
But Joe,
when you start making the consequences severe for them kind of things, even though me a racist, me keep on to myself
Right.
but
because
Joe,
you understand. But when
in this world today, right,
when
Joe?
you slap one man get and pat from you wrist, you check one man in the crowd. You have camera. Look man when the youth man kick Ramsdale. Them a tracky in the crowd and go
Yeah.
through this and go through that and find it. You check? And find it. So at the same how the camera pick up almost everything. Sometimes the camera all up top pick up the bad one and up on the field when they play them across. You check? So what make you can't pick up that this man over here make monkey sound and do monkey gesture and ban he. Start ban them, start put them on blast. When you put up the summon when you put up the tweet and the summon on TV and the announcement that you ban such and such person for life, slap them picture on this, show the picture of them in the monkey gesture and all the nonsense.
Could it be that the reason why they're not doing that, devil's advocate here, could it be that these people that we're waiting on to make these kind of decisions
Are also
are actually
racist.
the people that are racist?
Very much so. I personally believe so. I do.
I think this probably won't change, especially in football wise we're talking, unless, a team players getting racially abused and they decide to take a stand for it themselves as a football club. Because I heard, especially, when Ancelotti was talking, he said he doesn't want to talk about football. He wants to talk about the what was happening with Vinny and how it was ridiculous. And some reporters were saying that, since Real Madrid doesn't have anything else to fight for in the La Liga, we already know that the title is wrapped up. And, such a big name that they are, Ancelotti should have probably tried to take the initiative, or he should have tried to click into his mind to tell his players, let's walk off the field and let's take a stand for it.
It'll be interesting to see what could come from that.
It's easily said and done, because
But
in a
more,
heat of moment, you don't really know what to think about, so we can sit here and agree. But unless something like that happens, then we see how the backlash happens. Just have to see what
but
happens.
more, you see,
Well,
Angelotti
as
get
much as
angry in the press after a while. The man get angry in the press now.
chip
Yeah.
out, yeah. Yeah, but as
Yeah.
much as you say that, as much as as small as he might sound, right? As much as you say they're not play for nothing, no. They might not can win the league, no, but they can come second, no. Partner, Real Madrid, very, very serious. You see, like how I will think, okay, I now play for nothing, so it really matter if you come second or third. Atletico Madrid in front of them by 1 point now. As Real Madrid, the only club you allowed for finish behind are Barcelona, no.
All right, fellas, we're gonna give this man a minute because we're about to close.
But Shaq,
Yo,
when you have money,
this
when you have money, Shaq, when you have money in this world, right? Money says a lot, goods. You hear me tell you? Money says a lot, goods. You have money, you get to anything, goods. Man,
Good night, Munchie.
For the munch, before you start chat, congratulations. I'm gonna left now before you start talk, but congratulations. You check, we wish you all the best. Congratulations to you and your team on winning the championship.
Family matter,
Behave yourself, the man. Let's give the man.
Me tell you everything you want to hear.
Let's give
Congratulations.
the man. Let's give the man his minute. Munchie, we're about to close. I was just about to press the button.
Good night to the fans. All the best. Tune in to Ireland fans on Thursday.
Yeah, good night, fellas. Yeah, more once again, congrats, boom out.
Wait, the best thing I put to the show.
Go ahead, Munch. We have a minute.
No, me to come on for brag or nothing. No, me just come on just for us. Come on, say it, check.
Yeah, respect for that.
Munchie,
Big up yourself, Munchie.
Remember, Salah supposed to wear the shot.
Ooh.
No, starting from next season,
Thursday.
man.
Oh, next season. Okay.
Right, but no, no. Munchie, make it some homework. Go in the group. But now you love for dig up thing. Find everything. Can you not get to it? He love for running out. He love for running out.
My try for talk you out to the bet. I ain't listen. So
that's true. Joe, remember that. Remember that.
Well, Joe, hear this, Joe, guess what?
Who the game with P and Joe? No Saturday.
No Saturday.
Listen, man.
You watch there, you're too stubborn, dog. You should have listened to Joe, you're too stubborn.
You see? And the man telling me stubborn. You man stubborn since early in the season, maybe if we stubborn rubber from me.
So ask the man, I said, Salo, you sure you want to make that bet the dog?
The man didn't even say 1 pint now. The man said City can't get nothing for you. The man didn't even talk about the game at home.
Yo, the man do the bet even big Matette. The man say Haaland can't score against he need, Tell
True.
them I
You
say
did
so
say that.
too now.
Yeah, yes,
You did
dog.
say that.
Oh, Lord.
Me wouldn't even make that
Munchie,
City versus that. Even
Munchie,
seven.
do the
Yes, sir.
homework. Do the homework at he and at me. Cause you don't hear
Yeah.
the question say, you boy, me no love man no good. Me no
Yeah,
love
and
man no
even find
good.
and even find back the video too, cause I'm live on
No,
the show too.
upon the show. I'm gonna go upon the I'm gonna find the video
Yeah,
for
but
the show.
Oh,
remember
Upon the
I
show.
they talk about him in the group too, but it was live on the show.
it was
Live
live on
on
the
the
show
show
and
too.
then Munchie come in, Munchie message the terms in the group.
In the group,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
clip
yeah.
on the show. It's true. But
Yeah, yeah.
Munchie, good luck with that. I didn't even remember
No,
what
no,
year
Shaq
was that.
easy no. At the match day week, I think of the Monday before Arsenal and City play the first leg now. So remember
Okay.
I played the
All the
Wednesday
best.
now.
But
But that was this year though.
just go in the WhatsApp chat and type in one keyword.
No, easy. The time I not care the chief the 4-1.
Yo, anyways, thanks for coming,
All right,
dog.
fellas.
Congratulations.
Munchie will come
No,
again on
okay, sorry.
Thursday. No, you
Okay,
good.
I'm just saying
Talk
now.
your shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying. No, but I'm say, yo,
You can't talk for Celtics though. But so talk for City.
Wait, before
Yo,
we go,
Monchi, last man reach Cancun, auntie, man.
before we go, Munchie, see my about Premier League medal, make sure everybody, boy, just picture Premier League instead of track and field, you check? Some boy wish they had one to wear, but just
You're right, bro. Hey, yo, Joe, remember they tell them man at the start of the show last thing. How are we in a group that is dedicated for Arsenal?
Yo, the group name, we will be there.
The group toxic. The group is toxic, bro. All you have to do is just LOL. Straight.
King man, 6 o'clock this morning. I only listen video.
I got a
about
good morning, fella. Man, them toxic down. Them don't love nobody, but hey, no sorry day, no crying in the tournament. And so you go.
so hear me say. I believe I kind of owe me like apology now.
What now?
Come from man, I'm tell you, boss.
Yo, no apology, no. See, you hear the man say no sorry day? No apology here. You don't get the trophy till warm up. You don't get the trophy till warm up.
I go and take it over the line.
Okay.
And even more they try help I know and say, boy, this is a young team and they're hungry. You can't hungry if you never know how the food tastes like. They never know the food tastes like. So they go
No, but you're hungry for something. You're hungry for food.
Yeah, but not
when
Premier
you're
League
hungry,
food.
it don't matter where you're young.
You're hungry for top 4. But not Premier League food. You ever leave the Premier League food for people that don't yam the Premier League food?
No, you're not. You have an appetite for top 4. But you're hungry for the title. Kind of have a. You never taste it. I'm going to tell you about how lamb and so tastes. You want to touch it.
But anyway, no. True. But
all right, so I'll talk again.
Tough luck for Arsenal. You check? And then we never really got nothing against Arsenal. Never ever. But because a man like a Marcel, me always start something against Arsenal. One because of Marcel.
Yeah, me say right. I need to put a compilation together. All the bullet blade versus bird box moments of them. Because me tell you.
Yo, when the season done, Joe, when the season done, I'm just have one night. Wait, not the Monday night. Well, maybe the Monday night. And just do a season in review. All the trippiness that the two of them say. The trippiness, you don't know more to sell. You don't know. I said, look at me stubborn tonight. Lot of mercy. Oh, God.
Come in and see him.
Yeah, I mean, we disagreed. We disagreed. So you go. But
you're too stubborn. You need to fix
it. We're too stubborn.
No, but what do you say?
Okay. No, Munchie, we can't go any longer.
But, okay, let me see my last piece. You know, Marcel is stubborn. Marcel want cuss Arteta because Ben White go play right back. Go and play centre back instead of right back. Like even if you play right back and I knock some 9-0. And not knocking for is 9-0. That doesn't change the fact that I'm just need one win. So you cause the man just because the man make a little simple.
But more, hold on there. I remember when you get talking, more you remember when I play pro clubs. What Ben White to play right back for? And then now you want Ben White to play all the right back in the world. Fellas, we meet again on Thursday. Thanks to everybody for too stubborn. I'm gonna change my ways for Thursday. See how you're getting our preview. Oh, Suka got tidy up the sum because I think it's gonna be really tight at the top for the prediction battle.
Because
This Sunday.
But me probably get relegated, dog. I don't know they go home.
No man, Joe, I think you didn't have one spot on. When they peep you, it's West Ham or the Brighton.
One game
No,
me
no,
get,
but
one
think
game me win no.
I think Joe had one spot on because I had it, and then I think they scored, and then he switched to Joe. I'm like, shit.
The only thing me get spot on no.
Brentford. It might have been Brentford.
No man, everybody. No, I still don't know what Brentford win.
I wonder what that is.
Yo, but think I won them yesterday, Joe. I look back in the book now.
The only thing me get spot on no, at the Nottingham Forest game no. But tell her not Forest to win 1-0 no. Tell her so.
And that's
all right, so fellas, we link up again on Thursday. Thanks to everybody. I'll trade my ways. Oh, Joe, what going for tonight?
Yo, 4-1 no, them boy can't sweep me.
All right,
say less. For Jolly and them.
All right, say less, bro. And
thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.